coaching program with me. So I've been doing quite a bit of online coaching for the past 5+ years through various masterminds and mindset courses, and you name it. I've done tons of courses, so very familiar with the style, and I really feel like I've optimized this to be inclusive of online content, which you'll see here, some live movement labs, which are weekly, some live coaching with me, and then private movement sessions. And I feel like this is really the perfect recipe for a client that is wanting to really get results, because a lot of the work is going to be happening on your own time when you cover all the content here. And then we're refining and having group accountability in these other elements of the program. So let's do just kind of a walkthrough so that you can understand why there's all these different pieces and why it's just not a done for you course. So when you enroll, first things first, you will be given an onboarding session with your virtual coach. So Coach Robin will meet with you. You'll walk through the manual, which is about 106 pages of just a roadmap for you to follow, with nutrition tracking grids, with your weekly fitness and yoga and mobility grids to track the 4-day wave, and just a lot of other bonus material and mindset work as well, journal entries and such. So we'll meet with Coach Robin. She's going to get you set up for that first week. And then you get to jump in and start training in the privacy of your own home or your backyard, or you can even bring your device to the gym if you'd like. But everything is mapped out for you in the program, and you just get right to work. So with that onboarding session with Coach Robin, she will also be doing a full exercise history, injury history intake, and a functional movement screen to help you just get the most out of your training and just really know where to modify, or if you need specific exercises because you have an old injury or a mobility impairment or a serious chronic health condition or chronic pain condition. We want to know that up front. And by working with a coach in that onboarding session and then in your subsequent sessions, you're really going to feel taken care of and just have the confidence to move without pain and know that you're doing things right. So those you can schedule on your own time. The weekly movement labs, those happen every single week. If you can't come to the live session, you'll get access to the recordings, which are great as well. And I've had some clients not come to any of the movement labs and still be successful in the program. And then I've had some clients go to all the movement labs, and some clients go to all of the group coaching sessions with me. Some people go to none. So it truly is asynchronistic so that you can choose your own adventure and essentially get the most out of your training with what works for your lifestyle, what your availability is. I would love it in a dream world if everyone could come to everything, but the whole purpose of having the program mapped out, your private one-on-ones, your group accountability, your group mindset coaching with me, the point of having all of these elements is so we can adapt to different people on different time zones, different schedules. And even if you weren't able to come to anything live, that you're still going to get a lot out of this program. Okay, so hopefully that covers that. You can walk through the rest of this page here just to kind of get a feel for if this is the right program for you. These are actual clients that have come to my live trainings and seminars and workshops. These are snapshots from the online course with Coach Bethany and myself, who she is a very experienced coach, about 10 years of experience with loaded asana. And she's demonstrating level 1 and I'm demonstrating level 2. And here are just some good visuals to kind of see what all is included in the course, in the program. So let's bop on over here to the limited time bonuses. So you will get lifetime access to Pure Mobility. This course is great for self-myofascial release and open and closed chain joint mobility, and just how to merge those two things together. And every video is high definition, high quality sound shot from multiple angles with a model, and just a lot of kinesiology and anatomy in this course. I love this course because it's great for yogis, non-yogis, people that work with Mace, and anyone that's wanting to understand fascia on a deeper level. This is the course for you. Another limited time bonus, Steel Mace Vinyasa Level 1. This is 45 plus videos. I'm not sure the exact number, with video breakdowns, again, high definition, audio, follow along flows, and you'll see everything is first the individual exercises, then the HIIT protocol, and then the loaded flow. So condition and practice. And last but not least, here is Embodying Flow. So this is the program that you'll be working through, and every week is curated play by play. Don't mind my little infant just waking up from his little nap over there. Broadcasting live from the tiny home in the woods. Okay, so anyways, back to, I digress. Back to week 1. So we've got no intensity, low intensity, moderate, and high. Generally they'll be high, but first week we're just going with moderate. You can do as many of these videos or as little as you'd like. And so again, choose your own adventure. Maybe you want to just do 3 days a week. And so you might just start with no intensity, low intensity, and end at mod, and then move to the next week. So ideally you would follow some semblance of a wave. I would recommend at the very least starting on the low intensity and then going to mod if you only have time for 3 days of training, because this will prime your nervous system for this. So I'm going to just quickly cruise through here so you can see the flow of things. And everything is mapped out in your Embodying Flow manual, which I showed on a previous video on my YouTube. So again, we go no, low, mod, and back to low. And then we have a free day on day 7. And these are all just all the videos are just programmed in there. And then there's other kind of bonus material, somatics and embodiment. There's some pre-recorded classes that I did on Zoom that were my live movement labs, like this one here. Anything that says Embodying Flow with that little wave is going to be like a lecture style module where we're going through like slides and whatnot. It's going to be loud for a second here.
Start with move my little screen guy over here.
Chronic stress, elevated cortisol. I absolutely recommend you watch all of these modules. I spend a lot of time just kind of breaking down really complex concepts around nervous system dysregulation, elevated cortisol, adrenaline, just things that you really would need to know to inform your practice. And they really help reinforce why you would want to train on this wave, the no, low, mod, high. It's the best way to help reduce the stress hormones that accompany elevated stress, chronic low grade stress, high grade stress, trauma, all the things that we're using the Embodying Flow program to help to become more embodied. Hope that all makes sense. All right, so let's see, week 2. Let's just pop in. I'm going to just kind of spot check some things here so that you can check them out. All right, so you'll see on this no intensity day, we've always got this like joint mobility, head to toe warm up. We've got fundamental core. We've got a little lecture in here, becoming your own coach. And let's just pop into this learn it round with the AMRAP protocol. So AMRAP, if you're not familiar, stands for as many rounds as possible in a given amount of time. And so our AMRAP is 20 minutes, and you'll see there's 4 AMRAP workouts, level 1 and level 2 with Coach Bethany and I. Turn down the sound here. So you'll see that I'm demonstrating level 2, Bethany is demonstrating level 1. So I'm going all the way to the ground, working on crown to coccyx alignment. She's just hip hinging and staying a little higher off the ground and aligning her trunk with her back leg. So all of the steel mace exercises, the library that you're learning, are designed to train complexity. And when you're training with mace, you always want to prioritize going slow before you go fast and really working on what are called landmarks. So here, this is a landmark in a lateral lunge. You'll see the under over grip. This is a lateral or an upright lunge with the mace in a horizontal blocking position here. And this actually applies to self-defense. And so when you're training with mace and you hit those landmarks that are strong, ideally my arm would be like fully locked out. They are signifying to the nervous system that you have the competency to perform 1, yoga under load, and 2, the competency to wield a weapon in a way that is actually mimicking self-defense. So hang with me here and I'll break that down a little bit more. Let's see if we can find some other warrior training movements that are, this one right here, that are also training the nervous system. So in this one here, we're starting in a reverse guard position and then pressing the mace up and overhead into what I call horizontal overhead, but in martial arts, this would be a blocking position. So when you prove to your nervous system that you have the ability to block a strike from your skull or to your skull, you are essentially telling your nervous system, I am competent enough to protect myself um, from an attacker. And how this translates into the nervous system over time is it shifts your posture, it increases your grip strength, the whole kinetic chain from the wrist down through the forearm, through the tricep, the shoulder girdle, the rotator cuff, the lats, the spine, the alertness that you experience when you observe, orient, decide, and act on making that decision to block yourself. There's just so much going on a subtle level. And I geek out on this stuff because I'm like a neuroscience nerd, and obviously kinesiology and warrior training has been my jam for a lot of years. But you don't really need to know all the mechanisms, but I think it's interesting. And this is a lot of the stuff we cover in here. I think it's interesting to at least just scrape the surface, or like, the tip of the iceberg is enough knowledge for you to create a more meaningful movement practice with the mace. This is not an accident or a coincidence that you chose to train with a mace. Like, there's a primal reason why we enjoy training primal movement patterns with weaponry, because little John Willie, my baby, agrees too. But because the reason for this is when you train with a weapon and you train under load, you are returning to this like ancestral knowledge that predates language and predates fitness, modern fitness, where your body was actually made and designed to protect yourself with blocking, to throw things, and to strike, and to walk. Those are like the four most basic primal movement patterns. So in this one here, this is left out of a lot of fitness modalities, this like blocking motion here. And so by returning back to these primal movement patterns, your shoulders are going to be very happy and function a lot better. And especially when we integrate striking and throwing patterns, which I can break down in a future video. That gives me a great idea for my next video. Okay, so that's a little bit on the why, the warrior mindset, or like what the essence of what we're training in Embodying Flow really is. And I hope that excites you to dig into the material. You have a whole additional month to, get a head start if you can in August. And then we'll hit the ground running once you've kind of got your head wrapped around things come September. But I'm super excited to be back to my group coaching calls, which I will be conducting the first week of August. So anyone that gets in on the 50% off limited time bonuses, they're going to get to either come to the lives with me. I'm trying to find them here. Where are they? Yeah, the 4 months of live somatic coaching, you'll be able to come to those with me or watch the recordings and bring your questions about this stuff. Like when you're training and you're doing the online program, bring your questions to my coaching call, bring your questions to your one-on-ones with your coach and your movement labs. This is a place for dialogue around creating and cultivating a meaningful movement practice. This is not a TED Talk where we're coming and just like dictating what you're doing. We want you to inquire and be curious and cultivate a relationship with the somatic felt sense as you move. There's so much behind this style of training, and I just can't wait to pull back the curtains and invite you into really understanding all the essence of Steel Mace Vinyasa and Embodying Flow. All right, I hope to see you in the cohort. Click the link below if you want to get in early, and don't hesitate to reach out through flowshala.com, or you can send a comment here or through Instagram if you want to dialogue back and forth and see if this program is a good fit for you. Thank you so much, and can't wait to see you guys in August.